Okay, statistics. Here is your second section in chapter 3. It's on different ways that you can grab a sample from your population. There are good ways to do this and bad ways to do this. So I'm going to start out with two very bad sampling designs. These will likely give results after I go get my sample and then do my measuring or ask questions or whatever that do not represent the entire population. It's a bad way to do statistics. The first one is the convenience sample. Okay, if I were to ask you to go ask 20 freshmen whether or not they like standards-based grading, and that's the only directions I gave you, knowing that it was homework for you and you just wanted to get out of the way, you would go find freshmen in the most convenient way possible. A convenience sample is a sampling method where the person gathering the information chooses individuals that are easiest to reach. Like maybe you would go into a freshman algebra class, find out for me, hey, who's teaching algebra? Let me go bother Mr. Smith's algebra class or Miss French's algebra class. And you could get 20 freshmen, but here's the thing. Not all freshmen take algebra. A lot of 8th graders take algebra, so you're leaving out kids that are a little bit smarter with math classes, or were doing better when they were in 8th grade anyway. And so you're leaving them out. And so the kids you're getting information from about standards-based grading doesn't really represent all of the freshmen. It only represents the ones taking algebra as freshmen. The group of people reached probably don't do a good job of representing the makeup of the population. Therefore, when you get the number of your freshmen out of 20 that say, yes, I like standards-based grading, it doesn't really represent the entire freshman class, and so your numbers are kind of worthless because the way you got your 20 numbers is not very good. Here's an example. To estimate the amount of minutes that students spend studying every night, I could ask all students in this class, how many minutes do you spend on homework? Well, what's the issue with that? We have no freshmen. And not many sophomores. We have a lot of older kids in this class. And so for that reason, I'm not really getting a good feel. Sophomores, I didn't spell that right, sophomores. I didn't get a good feel for the entire Caneland student body. Another example, a convenient sample, is the mall survey. That's traditionally what it was called. We don't have as many people in shopping malls anymore because Amazon.com will get anything sent to your door, same with just about every other business. But back in the day, everybody went to the shopping mall if they wanted to buy anything. And so while you're there, people would walk around with clipboards and ask you questions. They would ask you to do a survey. Most of it was about advertising and sales and stuff like that. Probably hire a high school kid to have that as a part-time job you got to go ask 100 people this question today and then you can turn it in and get your paycheck, that kind of thing. The issue with this is the sample would only consist of people the interviewer is comfortable talking to. I mean, think about it. If I gave you that job, and your job was to go ask 100 people these survey questions and then turn in your survey, there's some people you would probably avoid, right? People that look scary, maybe some older people that look grumpy and they don't really look like they want to be approached. You would probably avoid them, but some younger people that look like you and look like you wouldn't have a problem talking to them, that's probably the kind of people who you would ask. All right, next page.